What's up? Welcome back to the channel, man. Look. They trying to take all our heroes from us, man. And I don't understand why y'all can't get the picture already, man. Anybody who you could think of in a good light, that's one of our people. They shoot them down, man. They shoot them down on any level they can. And nowadays it's all about sexual crimes. This is how they bringing down the black man right now, man. Yo, the thing is this, right? You gotta look at the whole picture, man. Look at this, man. Look at it. Look, we're gonna start with a few, man. We're gonna start with Bill Cosby. We had an image of him being just the father, the grandfather, however you wanted to look at him. He was just a positive representation of a black male in a household holding down a family. They killed his image. And I'm not just saying anybody. These are the top dudes of their time. So speaking of the top dudes, right? Let's talk about Michael Jackson. They took Bill Cosby down with a sexual crime, right? Okay. Let's talk about Michael Jackson. Another black person that was at the height of their class. The top. Bill Cosby, the top in sitcoms. Positive male role model. Then you got Michael Jackson, the top entertainer, the top dancer, the top singer, the top pop star. People would, the same way they was for Princess Diana, they was for Michael Jackson. He was the biggest entertainer in the world at one point. Okay, this before the internet, so seeing him, people was going crazy. Fainting.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
They bring him up on a sexual crime against underage, and that's the worst you could ever do, right? And he was the highest you could ever be. They kicked him down to the lowest you could ever be. All right, y'all not following the trail yet. All right. Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson raped some chick. It was a sexual thing again. Mike claim he ain't do it. He was the top boxer of his time. They bring him down for that charge when he was becoming the best boxer of his time. Gave him some wild charges, man. You got to deal with that, right? The top of his class, the top boxer. Another sexual crime. All right. Let's bring up another name that's still suffering through what he's suffering through right now too, right? R. Kelly. R. Kelly. The only #1 R&B artist that was still doing R&B music. The last standing. The greatest in a lot of people's eyes when it comes to R&B. Sexual crime. I'm not going to get into the particulars of all these cases and how we could dissect them. That's for another video then. But sexual crime. Another person we gonna bring up, Andrew Tate. Gotta bring up Andrew Tate. Come on, man. Andrew Tate. Facing charges again on sexual crimes. And what is he? He was the top search Google dude in the world at one point. The top search dude. He's definitely rich. He can't pretend the amount of wealth he flaunts. And he's a successful man teaching men to get out of this mental blockage that a lot of people is in, you know, helping guys to become men. And he's at the top of that when it comes to social media, just exposure. Like, he's top of the line. The most searched Google dude. Top of the line. Anything he was on getting 1 million views. Top of the line influencer. That's what I should have called him. Influencer. Finance guru. I don't know. But listen. He's the top of where he's at, right? You know what I mean? And he getting charged. Sexual crimes. All these guys. Should I get into Diddy? Let me just say Diddy too. Diddy. Free Diddy. What he being charged with? Sexual crimes. And who was he? One of the top producers in the world. One of the most successful well, I don't know if it's independent, but one of the most successful labels to ever exist. In hip hop, for sure. Okay? Has someone that worked with some of the biggest artists in the world. Okay? When you're talking about music success, his name comes up. When you talk about brand deals, his name comes up. When you talk about hit records, his name comes up. All these men I just gave y'all, right? All these names I just gave y'all. Y'all all know them. That's a fact. They all black. That's a fact. They all have sexual crimes. That's a fact. They all reach the highest points that they could ever be at in their fields. They should be people that we aspire and want to be like, to a degree. Of course, their attributes, their this, they, that. We should want to be that. But you see, they kill us for wanting to be that when they throw this type of dirt on them in the public opinion for people who don't have brains. They killed them in front of our faces. They hanged them figuratively for the world to see. Don't that sound familiar? What they used to do during slavery. This guy speaking up, or he's rebelling, or you getting too close to actually probably being a free man, who knows? Okay. He raped? Grape. He raped. He raped you. Hang him. Call everybody out. Bring them outside to the field. We're going to gather around this tree and we're going to do something. Sounds kind of familiar, right? Listen. Why do we keep falling for it, man? Why do we keep entertaining nonsense, man?